How's it going, y'all? It is your awesome buddy Baytown. So today we're going to be bringing you a video. It's going to be a Cernos Prime survival. No, defense. I did that last time, didn't I? It's going to be a defense. This is not a full build. I don't have any formas in this yet, but there will be. I just wanted to bring y'all a high-level Cernos Prime defense. I've got my buddy Boxier and Allie in the lobby with me. We're going to run some games for you. We're going to try to get 100 plus. Also, I'm using a new mic stand, as you know from the previous video. So if my voice sounds weird or if I'm too close to the microphone, let me know in the comment section below. I'm also getting a pop filter and a cover for the microphone. So hopefully we can get that shipped in here pretty quick.
All right. Allie, it's on you? Okay, there we go.
Oh, also I did tweak my frost a little bit. Instead of running I think it was power drift, I'm running a different mod which gives more range, but instead of having 25,000 snow globe health, I have 23.
Sorry about that. That snuck up on me.
So now, I do have to say, I was looking at some videos on YouTube before I decided to do this, and I've heard a lot of complaints about the Cernos Prime, and people stating that it's a noob's weapon or for someone that has bad aim. I'm not actually going to go there. I'm not actually going to go there with that. Yeah, if you aim for the head, then I mean that's solely on you. But at the same time, if you're aiming for body or anything like that, then I mean, the reason I wanted to use the Cernos Prime is for crowd control, because it has like pretty much like a multi-shot on there.
7 arrows at a time. If you can, and with the fact that DE updated it recently, so that way you can do vertical or horizontal spread. That's a lot. Because it used to be, it depended on the charge rate. Now all you have to do is you just alt fire if you want a vertical or a horizontal spread. It's actually really helpful. Just
fell off. That ain't right either. It's way up there. Oh well.
You won't need one for right now. If you want to stay up top, you can, because you can't get hit up there.
No,
The molecular prime's gonna really hurt them.
Actually, what I'm gonna do is
oh crap. Sorry about that. Here, let me get rid of it.
Wherever the globe's not really covering, I'm gonna come over here on the other side. There we go.
Also, fair bit of warning to anyone viewing this. The weapons I'm running tend to be very flashy and very fluorescent, I guess would be the best term. So anyone who has possible epilepsy, I do apologize at the forefront for this. It is not my intention.
You have been warned.
You have been warned. Wait, did I put on Blind Justice? I did.
Really?
I wonder why I put on Blind Justice.
I don't know.
Oh, they updated it too. Graphic-wise, I should say.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, instead of having a ground pound at the end of the hold, it doesn't do that anymore. It just slashes upward.
Nice.
Also, if y'all pay attention, I'm not actually going to full-on zoom in like I do with my Paris. Well, a lot of the times I don't zoom in with my Paris Prime either. I just pretty much know where to hit anyways. And I have a lot more bow gameplay coming for y'all. Once I get all the bows, I plan on doing like a bow montage for you.
Really nice.
Bow tie noodle montage is what you should call it. Not sponsored, but noodles. Oh well, actually, never mind. It's not a brand.
Did you ever see my Paris Prime bow montage?
I did.
I seriously
Yes,
put
yeah, critique it.
Breaking Benjamin, Diary of Jane in there, and I didn't get a copyright strike, but it was like years ago, before
Dang.
YouTube got all
Bef-
sensitive.
Before YouTube became the Imperial Empire from Star Wars, basically. I'm allowed to say that, right? You can just edit that out. Just like break my lines
I would
before, like,
I would say you're gonna get me demonetized, but
at this point, every YouTuber is demonetized. What are you talking about?
Yeah, pretty
Everyone's
much.
demonetized right now. It's the apocalypse again.
yeah.
Wait, we're allowed to talk about this live, right?
Oh
This
yeah.
isn't like some secret Illuminati stuff.
No.
FBI isn't gonna come and find me like Cortana did earlier today. Cortana, dumbest in-game.
So YouTube's trying to
Dumbest
cover up
console
that
ever.
whole Momo thing. They're trying to say
The
that
Uh-oh.
that Momo has never been played on the YouTube platform. Bullcrap.
I don't even.
What? What? Who
I don't
said
even
that?
know what that is. In all honesty, I just don't
You'll
pay
have-
attention.
Yeah, you'll have to look it up. Apparently,
I don't
it's like
pay
this
attention.
like weird creature that looks like it was in The Evil Within, and it has like chicken legs, and it's yeah.
So it's basically like that whole big thing with SCP stuff. Basically, it's discount SCP stuff.
They're saying that what's going on is like it was on YouTube Kids, and they'll be sitting there watching like Peppa Pig, and then all of a sudden this sadistic creature comes on there and starts asking them to do bad things like the children. It's stupid, but
Oh, okay, yeah, I know what you're talking about. It's that troll
And there's-
stuff that's going on.
they're saying a girl actually committed suicide over it. How true that is, I don't know.
Well, I'll be honest. I believe it about as much as, you know, about as much as the Vic stuff that's going on right now. That whole kick Vic hashtag and I stand with Vic stuff. Honestly, I mean, unbiased. I'm unbiased as is. I mean, do I want to see an innocent man condemned and, you know, have a 20-year career ruined? No, but
R.
you know,
Kelly?
if he actually
What?
did these things, Kevin Spacey.
I'm sorry.
Kevin Spacey. Sorry,
Yeah.
I got that. Bill Cosby cold. But no, I mean, you know, I don't really care either way. I mean, I respect him as a voice actor and an actor because the original Star Trek, he played Captain Kirk in the 1999 movie, and I actually really enjoyed that movie. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I liked it. It was a good movie. And I just don't want to see a man who's spent 20 years creating a career and watch it go up in flame all because some people don't like him and they're gonna claim that he, you know, assaulted them in a less than savory manner, when in all reality he just gave them a hug, which is
Yeah,
what
well,
the proof points to. Now, if he actually did that, it's another story.
Bill Cosby.
But so far, Bill Cosby actually did those things. Like, there was actually tangible proof. With
How do
Vic,
we
there's
know? I
actually
mean,
not
come
tangible
on. How do
proof
we know that, though? You know?
because
gotta-
he admitted to it.
Well, I mean, if you're facing prison time and there's no way out of it, I mean, you might as well just go ahead and confess up, right?
I mean,
There,
you know, the fact that there
there-
was so many stories and all of them pointed to the exact same clause, I'm inclined to believe that Bill Cosby did it. Whether he did it or not is up for debate for people who actually think about these things actively. Not for someone like me who's just a dumb high schooler trying
Why did
to...
I just
that's
lag?
why there was lag.
Sorry about that, I was summoning in a turret. See, look, turret. He's here to help.
Hey.
So
So
he
isn't
doesn't
there
act
a
like an idiot.
law against having someone admitting to it as proof?
No. Well, I don't know the entirety of it. The extent of my knowledge on it is that enough evidence was against him proving that he did. That's about all I know. Is that there was more than enough evidence that proved Bill Cosby did it. Again, validity, I don't English good, it's late. Anyway, the truthfulness of it is entirely up to speculation if you really want to think about it. Whether it be true or not, I'm not a judge, I'm not a jury, I don't care. I'm not paid for that. I'm not paid
Alright.
enough to think like that. I'm an 18-year-old, you know, I'm not getting paid to, you know, debate life's questions and life's mysteries. That's not my job. That's somebody else's who actually goes to school for that. But, I mean, you know, if they did it or not, it's, you know, it's moot point at that. I mean, if there's enough evidence that points to it and the evidence is near irrefutable, as irrefutable as any evidence can actually be in the 21st century. The only reason I say that is because video editing and the fact that multiple of the accusers for Vic have actually admitted that they falsified the evidence, or that they've outright lied about falsifying evidence, even though everything points to falsification, including old Twitter posts. Really, I think Twitter is the reason that the 21st century is going to crap, but that's just my personal opinion. Trump.
Also, for the viewers, we're going to be here for a while, so there's no telling what's going to be talked about. Everything will still be presentable for all viewers, so keep that in mind.
Street legal. Can we just call
Right.
it street legal? I mean, we're not going to start talking about Illuminatis. Yeah, that's a topic for later. When we start forgetting what reality is because we've seen so many infested, and we start having nightmares about the infested, like we did it with the Flood and Halo Combat Evolved when we were 5 years old. Wait, what? Sorry, I lost myself for a second there.
As long as there's
Okay, no,
no songs in here about speedos, we're good to go. Okay. We clear on that one? No. Are we clear on that? And no songs about speedos.
Well, I mean, he's not here. We don't
Child,
need to sing his theme song.
child friendly. Never mind. I'm not gonna.
PG.
I'm
We
not.
gotta keep it PG. PG.
Yeah.
Wait, can we go PG-13 or do we gotta stay PG? I mean, I look at the amount of movies that kids go to nowadays, and again, I'm only 18, and yet I'm speaking like I'm older, but that's mainly because the next generation, even the millennials, are all idiots, really. I mean, half of them sit there and waste their high school career doing God knows what in the teacher's lounge, or wherever
Jeez.
they go.
I mean, the bathroom
Well, I'm
too,
talking
but
well, yeah, but I mean, you look at that stuff. I fell. I mean, you look at that stuff and how it was, years ago, and it's in my opinion disgusting. Like, I could not stand being in high school. Just the sheer
I
lack
loved
of
it.
care the teachers had. Well, 21st century teachers, they really don't care. Like, they don't care about the student body. Most of them are idiots. Most of them I know more about a single subject than they do in their entirety of their curriculum. The fact of the matter being that most of it's useless anyway. Like, beyond useless when it comes to practicality in actual application. I mean, there's a couple really good classes in there. I won't lie about that. I've had a multitude of good classes. But I mean, just so many of them are so useless and unnecessary at this point. I mean, in my opinion, it's like going to school to be, like I'm going to school to be a graphic engineer and having to learn how to, how to sew needlepoint. Like, it's useless. I'm not gonna need it.
yeah.
It's not practical for what I plan on doing with my life. But the fact of
Yeah.
the matter is that most high schools, that's what they teach. They don't give you... I mean, I know it's supposed to be like an all-around education, but there's so much... And I hate this in Warframe too, but there's so much specialization. And that's one of my biggest pet peeves is specialization in specific subjects, like over-focus in subjects. Especially when, I could deal with a well-rounded, a little bit of math, English, writing, I can deal with all that. But when you start bringing in sewing, needlepoint, all that fun, all that quote-unquote fun stuff, it just gets annoying. It gets gratuitous. And add on top of the fact that most millennials, and I say this from experience, have no interest in school and are more interested in more interesting things outside of school. And sometimes in school, if I'm actually honest. But the fact being that, you got people, going to these schools who are there, they're not there for the education. I mean, I went to high school to get an education, and what I got people who just sat there and told me, do this, and they never taught a thing,
Pretty much.
Do this, that, and the other, and then you get spoon-fed a lot of things which you don't necessarily need to be even spoon-fed or taught for that matter.
Right, and that's the annoying part for me. is the fact that so much of it is just so useless. There's no point to it. It's not relevant.
There's no way we're gonna ever use it in real life, so why teach it?
Exactly, and the fact that, again, most high schoolers right now, they don't care about school. They're not there to get an education. They think that, you know, it's going to be like some rom-com 90s movie.
Of
So
course
when you
they
were going to
care.
school, did they have like workshop and stuff like that where you could learn to weld or woodworking or anything
No.
like that?
Those were
For-
secondary courses.
For
Secondary,
us,
they weren't primary, and they were
For us, we had,
considered
like,
half credit.
For us, we had like a specific different school for that called something STEM. It was STEM.
Oh,
and
you guys.
you had to
Oh,
go
you
to.
guys were part of the STEM program. Okay.
No,
that
not
makes
me.
Yeah.
sense. No,
We
I
were
went
also
to I didn't go
part
to
of
a
the
STEM.
IB program as well. So
Ugh.
yeah,
I've seen
no,
those schools
it
up here in
was terrible.
Minnesota. It's not okay.
It's not fun.
I went to a STEM middle school, which is basically science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, is what the program
Yeah.
is called. I enjoyed it in middle school because it made for a really well-rounded education, in my opinion. And I actually learned a lot of useful things in it. Come high school, I'm in, you know, off, you know, basically a discounted version of the STEM program because it wasn't officially with the STEM program. You know, I'm sitting there like, you guys are calling this even remotely science, technology, engineering, and mathematically inclined? This is inclined for people who don't have half a brain cell.
Have you ever heard of the TOS test?
What? What is that?
Nope. Feel like it's a standardized test.
Oh.
I have a feeling.
Pretty much.
Probably not wrong.
No, right now it's the ACT, the MCA, and then whatever else.
Easy
The
merit.
Acuplacer. Yeah. I took the MCA. I hated it in high school. I took it in elementary school, middle school, and high school. Every primary year I did, I had to do it. And I hated it. With a passion.
Oh, our
Like, burn it with fire.
finals and our semifinals for me, they got changed halfway through my high school career, and we were all just sitting here like, what? What?
Oh yeah,
I don't
no.
understand why.
I can understand that one. I didn't even get to... Like, for me it was either, I mean, and again, I'm not going to go into details on which school I went to or what my school was surrounded by, but you know, when I lived in that town before I moved, it was disgusting. Nobody took school seriously. The teachers didn't give a darn if anyone was bullied or not. If you were getting bullied, you were expected to live with it, I guess. I mean, I really don't know. I mean, they didn't really do anything to help bully victims. And myself as a really passive person, you know, I was prime targeting.
Right.
And it was horrible. I mean, it was miserable. It was so bad that I had to leave halfway through my junior year because I was so just distraught. I was distressed. I wanted to die, basically. I wanted to kill myself. And I made the decision. I told my mom, I need to go. I can't keep doing this to myself. Next thing I know, I'm moving in with my dad. And ever since, I've been happy. You know, I've flourished. I mean, my computer breaking wasn't really that much fun, considering I'm trying to get my GED. but you know,
For me,
what can you do?
for me, school has always been a pain in my side. I was never really good in school. I would probably be first to admit that for myself. I'm not going to lie. I was terrible in school, like, don't get me wrong. Some of the teachers were nice, and some of the subjects I really enjoyed, but...
My favorite
that
was the
doesn't
football.
mean...
I couldn't do sports. I had too many injuries.
Yeah, I was wide receiver and strong safety. I loved it.
For me, in middle school, it was volleyball.
For me in
Which
middle
isn't-
school and partially into my high school career before I got,
You
know,
sure?
before I was
You
basically
sure it wasn't
crippled.
band?
No, band is high school. Don't get that mixed up.
Little Miss Band over here.
Yep, band nerd, and I know it. Proud of it too.
Nah,
I
for me it
tried.
was-
I tried band one time, I think, and they handed me a cornet. No, it was a cornet. I think it was called, or something like that. Cornet, trumpet. I don't know what it was, but
probably
pick-
the-
when I tried to
Probably
play,
clarinet.
just no, it wasn't a clarinet. Just picture a dying goose.
Well, I mean, I live in Minnesota. It's pretty easy to picture one of those. I see them every other Tuesday during summer.
I think it is a cornet. It's the one with the horn on the end and then the 3 buttons in the center. Is that not a cornet?
Allie, this is your subject. I'm dumb when it comes to anything musically related that isn't a guitar. Or
Okay.
dubstep. I'm sorry, I'm
It's-
dumb.
It's probably a trumpet. A cornet is probably more of a
Something I
Probably
made
more
up.
of a
type.
brass.
It's
I mean, if you
high
made it up,
brass,
really good. That's good
probably.
on ya. For sitting here and making us debate philosophical.
Well, anyways, that pretty much shows you how much I know about band.
Nah, about the no,
Um,
for me, I don't even. I played the recorder in elementary school. That was it. That's literally all my band. And that was
That's
required.
adorable.
I didn't even want to. No, for me it was martial arts until I took. I'm gonna quote a meme, until I took an arrow to the knee.
Oh,
I was an
geez.
adventurer like you guys until I took an arrow to the knee. Skyrim reference.
Right.
We won't get copyright strike for that, right?
We shouldn't.
Shouldn't.
You never
Skyrim-
know.
It's a Skyrim reference. Well, I mean, I've seen Skyrim uploaded onto YouTube before, so I don't think we would get copyright striked over quoting from a game, or at least referencing a game. Think I'm doing enough with my Slova, or no? Should I be casting more often?
No, I'm good.
A little more often, otherwise I'd say you're pretty good.
Okay, I don't like overcasting with the Slova because then it negates the already there duration. It doesn't reset duration actually, contrary to belief. It actually doesn't.
Oh.
It actually subtracts from it.
Well, usually I wait until I actually, like... What I do with a Nova is I wait for the casting time to go out, and then
No,
I'll cast again.
Overcasting with a Slova is actually really bad. Overcasting with the Spova is actually really good because then it just speeds everything up immensely. But overcast with the Slova actually is more hindrance to the team due to the overlapping. I mean, it's a lot like the original Limbo. Limbo's original Cataclysm.
Oh, yeah.
Before Limbo got his rework, when Limbo Prime came out. It's toxic, and it hinders the party more than it helps the party.
Fair enough. To keep
The
that
only
in mind
time
when
I ever,
play.
the only time I ever saw a good Limbo in this game, and mind you, I've played this game on console for about 3 years now, was during Kayla de Thame assassination, and that was only during her orbital strike.
Yeah.
It's the only time Limbo was ever useful. Outside of that, he was a troll frame, and I am more than happy to admit I used him as a troll frame. I'm more than happy to admit that.
Yeah, in my opinion, Limbo's pretty much for the self-centered. That's
Limbo's
why
more for a AoE time build, a time-stopping AoE build.
Yeah.
Or a freeze build, kind of. Like a better version of Vauban's Repelling Bastille.
Yeah.
Hold enemies hold enemies on your perimeter and then pick them off one by one. Single target AoE, basically. It would be RPG terms.
You know what I don't understand is parents get so offended about content that's posted onto YouTube, but yet they'll let their children play like Grand Theft Auto or The Evil Within.
I mean, I like GTA as much as the next person. I don't religiously play it. I play it on occasion, just for, you know, poops and giggles. You know, when I get bored, I'll just, oh, you know what, I'm just gonna go cruise around. Just drive around.
Yeah, it's never really been my thing.
Private server, just drive around, just kind of do whatever I want. That's about the extent of Grand Theft Auto I play. For me, I like doing a lot of streaming with the survival horrors franchise. It's one of my favorites. Mostly because Allie begs me to play them because she won't play them because she's a scaredy cat.
There's a reason I won't play them, good sir, and you know that reason.
Ellie, you get more scared when I stream them than I do when I play them, and I have to remind you of that every time.
Yeah, whatever.
You're not the one playing this, you know.
If I were playing it, it would be 10 times worse.
And that's why you're moving up to Minnesota to live with me. So that way I can make you play them.
You're good at- oh, of course you are.
Yeah, I don't.
Ellie, we already agreed to co-op Dead Space 3.
Fair enough.
I don't really play the whole horror games. I've uploaded a few Evil Within, and I didn't like that really. I'm not gonna lie.
For me, I like the Dead Space franchise. The Evil Within was never really my style. Just it felt wrong. Resident Evil though, Resident Evil I would play all day long. That's just amazing stuff right there. You know, that's the fun stuff. Amnesia, The Dark Descent, it's a pretty good one. Alien Isolation, another pretty good one. Like me some Alien Isolation. Whether it be watching a YouTuber do a playthrough or doing a playthrough myself. I like me some Alien Isolation. Metro Exodus, or any of the or any of the Metro series, love the Metro series. I'm actually in the middle of a playthrough for Metro Metro 2034 Last Light Redux. Or however that title is. I don't know, it's a really long title. But I'm enjoying it. It's a good game. Like, I'm not gonna lie.
Did you say Metro Redux or whatever?
Yeah, Metro. There's 3 Metro games out right now. There's Metro Exodus, the newest one that came out just now, like this past month. There's Metro Last Light Redux, which is Metro 2034, is it?
2034? Yeah,
I think it's
so.
2034. And then the first one, which is Metro 2033. Or something like that. No, the first one's 2034. Second one's 2035, because I remember commenting on the gratuitous placement of the books.
Oh,
the original books.
Yeah,
I mean,
played
paying
one
homage.
game of Metro. I don't remember which one it was, but as soon as this character with wings flew up and grabbed me and took off with me and ate me, I shut my system off and never touched it again.
Ah, so you played the first one then. Because the first one has that happen right at the beginning.
Yeah, not my favorite. Not gonna lie.
But no, I mean, survival horror has always been where my love lies. And then some of the better FPSs. Halo franchise is... I'm in love with the Halo franchise, I will not lie about it. It's been one of my favorite game series ever done.
Yeah,
So,
it used to be my favorite.
Halo Infinite is actually going to be... they're going to be doing the trailer for the main game in E3 2019. So this June and July, they're actually going to have it there. So I'm really excited about that.
I think they already did that video. I watched some of it.
No, E3. They're doing a new one at E3 this year.
E3 trailer, question mark?
Whenever the E3 2019 is, that's when they're doing like at that point the most updated version, basically.
See, I thought Infinite was supposed to come out this year because they made a video on it at E3 2018.
No, that was a hype video, basically, is what they said. They were trying to show that they're going back to the original idea of...
Oh, okay.
It was for nostalgia, showing that they're going back to the original thing that made Halo so great. The first person, fast-paced, action-oriented, pardon my French, but, badass that Master Chief John 117 is.
I remember in the first Halo, me and my friends, we'd like party up. And we'd all hang out at the house. And they'd get mad because I'd pull out the hammer.
Oh, the gravity hammer.
Yes.
Halo Combat evolved gravity hammers. Ugh.
And you just hit them and just see them home run across the map.
Halfway across the map. It's just, all I could think of was like watching those old Babe Ruth videos, just watching the Babe hit a homer and just saying... I remember just thinking, yep. Slowly nodding to myself, yup. This is how it should be. Bodies flying everywhere. which is why in the Halo games after Halo 2 all the way to Halo 5, I've always loved the Griff Ball. Just, it's absolutely hysterical just going in there. Because you can't even expect to survive. You're gonna die.
Alright.
Like, you're going to die. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. It's not when you die, it's how you die. Because it's going to happen. The best one is when you got your teammates who are just gonna sit there and they're gonna TK, and it's absolutely hysterical because then it's just like, oh, well, you can't even kick them for team killing because it's Griff Ball. You know, friendly fires on, everyone's got gravity hammers and they're just running around like maniacs. Reminiscent of the Chainsaw Massacre.
What do you think
Except
about
it's
that game, Doom?
I like Doom. Like, I'll admit, it is, if we're talking about the newest Doom game, the one that came out 2017, I really liked it. Just fast-paced, first-person, unending amounts of unending amounts of demons, zombies, and whatever else your mind can conjure. No reload, and just gory demon galore, and I loved it. It was amazing because it really reminded me of what first-person shooters of the early 21st century really were. You know, back in the prime days of Call of Duty when it was still semi-campaign oriented, you know, to Halo, all the way to Mass Effect. You know, it just reminded me of how great those games were and how much I loved them and how much I loved FPS.
Yeah, the last
have to
Doom they
say-
came out with, I didn't really like it.
The 2017 one was good, especially for a reboot.
You know they tried to do a multiplayer on that, right?
I know, I've played the multiplayer. It's actually pretty interesting. I mean, I won't say it's the best multiplayer I've ever played, but it was actually pretty
No.
fun.
It's definitely not the best, but
It was fun, though, like, if you're looking
Yeah,
at it from a
it was
perspective
alright.
of, like, it reminded me of, like, Halo 3's anniversary pack.
yeah.
And I liked that because it gave me a nostalgic feel, and after that I actually had to go and play Halo 3 multiplayer
But I think
again.
that was their first shot at multiplayer,
That was
was
their
it not?
first- Yeah, it was. Which they actually did a pretty darn good job. I mean, for a first shot at multiplayer, it was actually...
Yeah,
I mean, aside from the unbalanced, you know, weapons... and-
everything.
Well, yeah, I mean, again, it was their first shot. They were bound to make a lot of mistakes.
But they kept updating though too. So
They stopped updating recently. They haven't been
Well-
doing like huge updates anymore, but for a while they did do quite frequent updates, trying to do balancing, trying to make everything work so, you know, everyone in the community was happy, not just the YouTubers, the Twitch streamers, the Mixer streamers, you know, the big wigs as I call them. You know, they were trying to make the community better. And I give them mad respect for that. They did their best with it, with what they had for being a first attempt at a Doom multiplayer. And I
Yeah.
can respect it for what it was, a first attempt.
yeah, I mean it wasn't bad. It wasn't something that I put a lot of time into.
Now I put like 3 or 4 games into it over a
Yeah.
live stream. And again, I only did it because it looked interesting. Ugh.
Is Allie asleep over there?
Nope.
No, that was me yawning. I've been sleeping like crap lately. So much going on. March is... This month and March is just gonna be a really, really bad month for me. Just... a lot of medical, lot of government, a lot of everything going on this month, and it's gonna wear on me. It's already wearing on me. So my sleep's been pretty crappy lately. Outside of that, you know, it's... You know, I'm not gonna say it's been a great month, but it hasn't been a bad month.
Pretty standard month, question mark?
Yeah. I mean, for me, it's pretty standard, you know, it's not stellarly amazing, but it's not horrible. Alien
I don't know, I've had a pretty bad year already.
Well, I mean, to be fair, we might as well have started off with the Paul brothers again, if we're going to be honest, with how this year started. Vic Mignogna being sued, the Adpocalypse, Ninja hosting Fortnite memes at freaking Ball Drop in New York City of all places.
I was actually thinking about making a video about that. I'm just not sure if I want to or not.
Do you choose to leave now or continue fighting?
Honestly,
You will be rewarded.
if I'm going to be wholeheartedly honest, I threw up a bit when I watched it. Like, I sat up, I couldn't even watch it. Like, I couldn't watch the ball drop. I had to stop.
You know what was funny? Like, I watched it, and he's like, all right, yo, floss like a boss, and then he looks down, he's like, I don't see very much movement down there, and everybody was like, no.
You know, if you were gonna do that, just do PewDiePie. Like, please, at least PewDiePie would have done something funny. Crap,
That
at that point.
Or just been a little bit more professional about it.
Yeah.
Kind of glad I was out doing fireworks instead of watching the ball drop then.
No, I was sitting there with my mom. Was ready to get, you know, do a cheers with her. She had a whiskey, I had some sparkling cider. And, you know, I was getting ready to go cheers with her, and I turn on the TV and there's Ninja. And I remember just staring at it with the most dead look in my eyes. I'm just like, turn it off. I had to turn it off. I couldn't watch it. It was just, it was horrifying.
I do have a video in mind for it. I mean, it's not solely focused on him. It's more like focused on the person he started out to be, the person that he ended up being, and his downfall.
How he's ruined the Twitch community.
I don't know how true it is, but from what I've been hearing, I still have to do some investigating on it before I get too far into detail about it, but I was told, seen some videos, that he was the top Twitch streamer, and then after the whole ball drop incident, he no longer is.
Nope. And I can tell you what little I know about it. So basically what happened...
He got arrogant?
No, actually, it was Twitch that got arrogant.
Oh.
Basically, all of the New Year's streamers that were, you know, doing Twitch live streams and stuff, all of the ads were promoting watching the ball drop with Ninja. So basically, every channel was used to promote Ninja, as he sat there and made an idiot of himself. Is from the extent of my knowledge.
How much money did he invest to have that happen, though?
He didn't actually. Twitch admitted that they did it entirely of them. Like that was their doing. He didn't pay for ads. They took it upon themselves to do it. From what I understand, how true or not that is, you know, you need to go into verification for that. But no, from what I know, he had nothing to do with it.
Right.
Huh.
And basically, that's what got all the Twitch streamers, you know, that's why they started hating Ninja, was because it was him that was getting promoted in their videos, and there was a huge outrage about it. You know, popular streamers already for things like CSGO, Overwatch, you know, all that fun stuff. World of Warcraft. You know, they were getting, you know, they were pissed. And rightfully so. You know, they had ads of another Twitch streamer in the middle of their stream. And they didn't even get the revenue for it. It was not revenue for them, for having ads in their streams.
Yeah,
So,
see, that's just not cool.
From what I understand, that's how it went. Again, the validity of that is completely up to further investigation, but that is just what I know offhand, as someone who never really looked into it, you know.
My deal
heavily.
is, you know, where would you think it's an okay idea to bring a Fortnite dance to a New Year's ball drop and think people are going to, like, half the people that, I mean, it's mainly, let's be honest, it's mainly children that play Fortnite. I'm sorry, but
Yeah.
I don't know very many children that's going to stay up till 12 o'clock at night trying to get that 12 o'clock kiss, you know?
You know.
They were mainly adults there. That's, I mean,
And the few kids
I
that
don't know. And my internet went out. Well then, yeah, so my internet just shut down. Completely shut down. Really? Oh my gosh. I'm sorry about that, y'all. Apparently they're working on the internet in my area. I don't know what's going on. Hopefully y'all enjoyed the video. Let me know in the comment section below if you enjoyed it. If you didn't, that's fine as well. A lot of the topics that we talked about, feel free to share your opinion as well. We'd like to hear from you. Baytown Cowboy 85, over and out.